Hello.
Hi. Hello.
We fixed things. The camera didn't work at first again because I
Yeah.
fucked with the wire like a dummy. Yeah. Let's finally try this thing.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. I forgot what it was called.
Let's make a name now.
Well, we can't because I didn't make it up. It's apple brandy, bonded whiskey, falernum.
It's almost a really dark joke.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let's call it the Uncle Killer.
Surprise. Yeah, it's well, wait.
My uncle's wife's name was Brandy, and we're still not convinced that she wasn't what killed him. Yeah,
That's
some
fair.
some real Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love type shit.
That's
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna go out.
Hey, you know what? Go for it. That's fair.
Oh shit.
It's passion,
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, we're back. It's a Monday
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. It's as of recording, if you're on the horoscope stuff like I am right now, because my TikTok
February
is
2nd.
wild. No, as of day of recording, it's
Yeah.
the full moon, and apparently it's like got some shit to do with Cancer being in the full moon, and it's depressing.
Oh boy, we're gonna
Cool.
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Our TikTok is so sad right now. I had to stop scrolling because it's just like, oh, it's depressing.
Do you think it's sad because it's scared it's going away and it's self-algorithmically subconsciously algorithmically being depressed because it's
Yeah.
going away and it's just
That
putting it on you?
That and I may have liked like 5 sad posts and was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
pretty accurate. And then it was like, we're gonna show you all of this. And I'm like, please don't.
You're sad? You're fucking sad? Guess what? You're sad now.
Dude,
I wonder how many times I've already clicked this black one instead of
It's all fucking hosier edits. And I'm
or
like,
two
oh,
instead of
no.
three. Yeah, it just looked
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, I just keep missing it. So I was gonna tell you about this. So I went into the store today to grab a liquor for just the Applejack, but I was also looking for this one whiskey that Jake and I really want to try that's coming out that's not going to be crazy expensive. So we were like, all right, if either of us can find it, we're gonna grab it. Well, I popped into this one place.
We gotta pause. Hi.
We're good.
What is going on?
Everything's fine.
Everything's chill.
Yeah. Anyways, I go to the store. I haven't been there in a while. I just like, you know what, he does have some good stuff in there. I'll check and see if he happened to get it. And so did not have it, but he was like, hey, like, I got this in there if you're interested. And I was like, I did not get this there. It's Angel's Envy Triple Oak. I got it at Meijer. He had it for $110. I was like, yo. I was like, absolutely not. I got it for $70 at Meijer.
Your little pause to make sure you clicked the right button.
Oh, because I fucking didn't. The first time I was like, shit, I pressed 2 again. But no, it was one that I had at Jake's that was really, really, really good, obviously. And almost all the Angel's Envy stuff is like, it's not gonna be bad. It's always great. And so I was like, I'll get it. I haven't bought anything in a while, really. So, but yeah, I saw that and then I just laughed because he was like, do you want to get it here? I was like, I didn't have the heart to tell him like, hey, if anyone just drives like 10 minutes more up the road to the Meijer, they can get it for $40 less. Like, I was like, bro, that's, I don't know, whatever, but I felt bad because I was like, I want to go back there. He was cool the one time, ordered some shit that I wanted, but like, Not when you're... He also had a old Fitzgerald for $750. I was like, ooh.
I don't know how much those cost.
They're a lot. They're a lot. They're not $750. I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe they are. I've never actually seen the price. I just know like if Jake could find it for less than that. So, in some secondary thing. But yeah, I guess.
Fucking Bard. Well, yeah, sorry.
I'll say no. It's fine. I forgot about that. Let's try this. Or well, I'll let you try this. So I've already had them. It's really good. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking smooth.
The nose is more potent than the taste is. Or than the heat is on it.
That's like, it's in the nose, but not in a pain way.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah. They use 3 different... They age it in 3 different... Or finish it, I should say, in 3 different kinds of barrels or whatever. So I was like, yeah, it's really great. And I'll try it, but I just laughed because that just happened on my home, on my way home. But that and there was sorry, I blanked. We were talking about something.
We were talking about the Angels Envy.
Yes.
And then there was stuff that I wanted to talk about. But first, let's roll the fucking dice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Oh.
17 beats your Nat 1. But I think the Nat 1 honestly is the vibe for this episode.
It's 100% the vibe for this one. With all the fucking problems we've had, that seals it.
Fucking rough start. The cameras didn't work. We got them up and going, and then I get a call me text. Like
literally, and I'm still fucking up the buttons because they're not in the right spot because we couldn't get it working. I think we do need to replace this one cord.
Yeah.
I happen to get it going here, and I can't fuck with it now, so...
Yeah. We'll swap it out. Especially when I get more hours and shit, we'll get it.
I just needed at least your face on the correct button because it was bugging me that both buttons were in the right spot. And now I'm way too far deep in here to retrain my fingers on this shit.
I get it. You just gotta be more versatile, man. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you were a drummer. You just bang shit.
Yeah, I get. Yeah. I mean, I bang shit, but I also had to have all 4 of my limbs doing something different.
You're a lot more dexterous than me. Yeah.
It was funny. I was telling that to Dylan about because he was talking about his guitar stuff and all that, and I was like, "Yeah, I miss the drums because I miss being able to do 4 things with it doesn't. I need the ability to encapsulate my mind 100% on something."
Yeah.
By making myself do a bunch of shit. Anyways. But yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the insurance shit, man.
Yeah.
Like hopefully by the time this has come out, I have done what I needed to do and lowered all my rates and shit. But I've been on 40-hour weeks and like vacation and shit and like spent a little too much money. So I was like, I have to move this automatic payment. So I called to do that, and while I was calling to do that, the lady was like talking to me about stuff, and I was like, let's see if we can lower your stuff, because like we haven't run whatever it's called, like they haven't rerun. They haven't reran my shit in like a year. So she's like, let's rerun it and see if we can save you some money, blah blah blah. So my insurance is ridiculously high right now. It's $401 a month. Hopefully dropping to sub 260, which is tits because I've improved my credit score. I have had no accidents since I flipped my car. It's fucking tits. But she filled me in on some info. Being single, your insurance rate's gonna be shit unless you have like me and Chrissy could probably be on the same car policy. Me and my brother could be on the same. Like, if there's 2 people, it somehow lowers your rate. Doesn't make sense to me, but it does on average lower it.
Well, what it's I think what it is it probably having 2 people on there guarantees at least it's 2 customers instead of just 1. So they're like, all right, we'll give you a little bit off for having a second on there.
But then I also found out something because with my job, I'm going to be getting the rental next week as of recording. I couldn't get it this week, which is kind of shitty. Thankfully, I have somewhere that I'm currently living at. But if I did have to immediately move to my parents' house and still come to work, there's no hotel, there's no rental.
Yeah.
Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But I'm getting the rental next week. So I was like, hey, with my job, like, they're going to give me a rental because of how far I live, and I'd like to not drive my car for a while because I've, I put so many miles on it. Like, I want to let it sit for a while and do some repairs and shit. So I'm like, I'm probably going to garage it next month. Like, any chance you could look at that rate while I got you on the phone? And they're like, that's not a thing anymore for Michigan. I'm like, what do you mean?
Parking insurance?
Yeah, not a thing. Not a thing if you have one vehicle. You have to have two or more. And I'm
that makes sense.
I'm like, no, like, we used to do that. My brother garaged his for an entire winter because he just didn't go anywhere.
It's probably that, or you have to prove that you are legitimately, because I know for like people like Andy, when he was in We Came as Romans, like because I think I kind of like asked about that.
They said it's recent, like within the last 6 months. Because I was I was telling the lady, I was like, I've never been in a position where like I'm not going to be driving my vehicle. Like, I'm the travel guy. Like, that's why my car has 107,000 miles on it right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's a 2020. I was like, I know. I'm really excited to have a rental.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, well, it's been pretty recent. Like, they changed it. They just changed something to where when you renew, like, the first time you sign the paperwork has to be, like, hand signed, and then you have to renew every time. It's BI or some shit. I don't know what it is. You guys probably have it done.
I don't know. It might,
but
I don't know.
I don't know. But I was talking to her about that, and she was like, "We can lower the mileage as far down as you can." I was like, "How much?" Because it's gonna be like 0.
Honestly, you know what you should what you should do is like, I know you're already doing this, but. We got the number of one of my coworkers, him and his wife. You call a guy, and his job is shop all of them for you.
You gave me the number, and I tried, and he looked at a lot of places. They were all about the same, and he said the same thing. He's like, when they go to renew it, have them rerun you, see what they can do.
That's fair.
So he told me if they don't get under 350, give them a call.
Got it.
So I got it down from what they're saying. It'll be 260.
That's good.
I've also talked to other people. We can talk offline on that one.
Yeah.
About like combining insurances and trying to save each other money and blah blah blah. Yeah. And then I don't know where that went. My parents are contemplating moving.
Yeah.
They fucking hate the winter. And like they moved up here for us.
Yeah. But they also moved so far away from you. Unfortunately. Yeah. Well, because the job is unfortunately why you could, but yeah.
That was also, my grandparents lived down there, and unfortunately, compared to my dad's parents, who are older than my mom's parents, we honestly thought my mom's parents wouldn't live that much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, one of my mom's parents is alive and one of my dad's parents is alive.
Yeah.
But they moved up here for his parents. Because they didn't know how much longer his dad and his mom would have, which fortunately granddad passed away.
Yeah.
But then also they moved up here for my brother and for me, mainly for my brother because of all the shit he was going through.
Yeah.
But the only one that comes to see them really is me. And they're like, if we move somewhere that's warmer, you'll probably still come visit. I was like, depending on where you go,
I'll visit.
And also, there's probably a factory near there, so I can just ask to work there. And then you'll probably see me a lot more than you living fucking 3 hours north of me.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it's like it is far, just that far enough that you can't just go, hop, skip, and go hi, say hi. Like my parents are like still 30 to 40 minutes ish, so I can go say hi, kind of on a whim.
Yeah, and I am now that I'm older, I'm kind of pissed at myself for living that far away from them for so long, because I am a little jealous now of people that are like, I'm going to my parents for dinner. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's 6 hours of driving for me, you know?
Yeah, I gotta, I was supposed to go see my mom, and I'm just realizing this now. I was supposed to go swing by yesterday. I was supposed to swing by yesterday just to check out something in the chairs, but we were doing something, so I'll call her tomorrow, because I also have a vet appointment for Penny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. I changed the windshield wipers on mine and Melissa's car. And so she needed to, like, her rubber part legit came off. Like, it was already loose. And then I just kind of forgot about it, and because she didn't bring it up, and it was fine. And then, yeah, it popped off while she was on her way to work. And I was like, well, okay. Or no, on the way to the gym on her way back, it popped off. So she was able to go to work because it didn't, like, snow or nothing that day, luckily. But I went and picked those up before work and went to the gym.
I gotta get a new one for... I don't know if I'm gonna do new ones for the Kia. I should, because they're a little streaky, but I'm like... I'm getting a rental in less than a week. But I picked up some for Chrissy, because her driver's side one, like, fell off.
Yeah.
And we replaced the rear one. I tried to figure out the driver's side. Couldn't fucking figure it out. Like, it made no sense.
Dude, it took me fucking a full 20 minutes just standing outside trying to get it. Because one, I went in there, and basically apparently they were having, like, it's winter. It's the time people's shit gets fucked up. So they were having a sale on some of them. Well, they were missing 2 of the different brands that he recommended to me, because one of them was gone. So I was in there for a while trying to find something that worked. And then he got me I basically just said, fuck it. I'll just get 2 different brands. I'll get the one that's on sale, and then I'll get another one. Like, that's a better, whatever, nicer one. Put the nicer ones on Melissa's, because she owns her vehicle. And if we go on long trips, that's when I'm going to want it more than... my drive to work, which whatever. Also, mine's a lease. I'm gonna turn mine in. I'm not.
See, I was thinking about a lease. Not a lease. I know her. Big Legend of Zelda fan. She's married. I was not thinking about her.
She's married?
My friend Elise? What Elise are you thinking of? Other Elise. She's engaged. I will never think of her.
No. Hold on. Hold on. No. I thought of...
Oh, you're thinking of Tree Star.
Yeah. Wrong person completely. Hold on. Which one's Elise now? Why am I blanking on this? I don't know them?
I think you might know the one that I don't like.
Yes, I know the one that you don't like. I know who you're talking about. Yes, exactly.
The other one is an Ohio friend.
I don't know them.
I told you about her, but you never met her. She's cool.
Got it. Yeah. That's fair. Then never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about a lease. But I'm also like, why would I spend the extra money to not drive a car?
Yeah, no, now that as long as you have the rental, I'd say stick with it. But like at this point, like honestly, I don't think it makes sense to buy a vehicle anymore right away. Every vehicle you should do a lease. And if you can do the 3-year lease, like I'd say do the 3-year lease, because that's going to give you enough time to actually give it a decent test of like, all right, do I
keep it?
Yeah.
Boom.
Do I like this thing? Try to get it over. Well, the lease doesn't let you get over 50,000 miles, but
yeah. But also, honestly, like I don't want that many miles on a car anymore.
Well, the issue is a lot of these vehicles are kind of like made in a way that they will absolutely last until 50,000 miles, and then something might go wrong. On a lease, the max you can get is 45,000 miles. Yeah. So it happens to just work out.
Yeah. But I also think, like, truthfully, with my current job now, I hope I will never drive my car for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, truthfully. Like, I might have to, like, if I take a long vacation, like Christmas or something, like I did just now, then I won't have the rental.
Yeah.
But I will have made so much money that I could just get a rental for the 2 weeks. And I'll have so many points through Enterprise for having the rental for a solid year that I could probably just be like, give me it for 2 more weeks.
I'm in this like weird spot now where, because we've kind of talked about this off here, but like my work offers just to our company now, they negotiated the corporate lease for all the employees now.
Yeah.
I think it's because they had such a high absentee rate, and I think they're like, all right, I think we get it too through GM, not through Chrysler. Oh, yeah. Ours is, I assume, because it's like, no matter what your credit is, like, you can get approved for it. It's more based on like what your license is. But I have coworkers that have gotten it and so on. Some people are switching over to it. Problem is you have to get a new car every single year, do the whole thing. So that's like a whole mess. But also, like, in my mind, like, when they first announced they were doing it, I did the math, and like, essentially, like, it was maybe $20 a month in savings switching over to a corporate lease for the newest year model of what I have. Now, that said, I was like, okay, well, that makes sense, but like it's cool, but when you get a new vehicle, like, generally you put a down payment on it, or trade in, and usually that's like, I don't know, like, most people's vehicles you can decently get like $1,000 for it, I'd say. At least, yeah. 1,000, maybe 2,000. If for me, if when it's a lease, it usually equates to 2,000, because
I was gonna say my trade-in was $6,000, I think. Probably would have been closer to 5 because of the high mileage. And now the rear driver's side door is dented, and so is the wheel well, so it's probably only worth like $3,000 now. Yeah, like, generally, like, $1,000 to $2,000 is what you're gonna get for a trade-in value. And also, like, the employee discount. That's why I only go with Chrysler, because otherwise it just doesn't make sense. I get weird shit because we're
in between
for everybody. I think we got the GM one because I remember we were all looking at it during an employee meeting. It was either GM or Chrysler, I can't remember. And there was like some office people that were excited. They're like, wow, that's really cool. They're like, you guys should look into it. And we're like, why? And they're like, well, like, you get a lease, and then, like, you have a car. And we're like, most of us don't drive our cars.
Yeah.
Like, we got the rental.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
But I was thinking about it recently, because if we do the full per diem, which is no rental, no hotel, you take care of it yourself, you get $200 a day. And I was like, if I really wanted to hunker down and, like, stay at a Motel 6 for like a year, like $30 a night place, and then, like, eat ramen, I could maybe do the lease for like a year, because it's $200 a day. The lease, I want to say, was like $260 a month.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know. The one thing I came down to is, like, essentially, if I'm only saving like $20, and then every single year I have to readjust, and the prices are going to readjust every single year, versus, like, if I get a decent price I can handle now for 3 years, it's more manageable that way. Also, like, they have a whole, like, I think because it's corporate lease, like I have to tell them all the miles every single month.
Yeah.
And so at a certain point, it's like if I go on a trip, like, or do some stuff, like,
you got to report to somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to deal with that for, like.
But at the same time, like, and people will argue.
Also, they handle the insurance too.
Oh, that's fucking good, actually.
It's but again, that's where, like, I put in, like, that was the pricing. It was only $20 difference with the handling and the insurance. And
the insurance isn't under your name either, which will give you hell if you try to get insurance later on, because they're going to see a gap and then you're going to get charged like a shit ton for insurance when you get it again. And
me and my wife have the combo bundle deal on our insurance, so if I no longer have my vehicle on it, her insurance goes up. So I was just like, it makes sense for some, like, a lot of the guys that have kids, because then they get, like, different vehicles. Wife keep, again, like, kind of where I'm at, where, like, she could keep her car and then I can get the lease, but, like, I don't know, for some reason it just I can't make it make sense to me right now. I'm gonna give it a while.
I think it's when we're older.
Yeah. Well,
I think, truthfully, a lease is starting to make more and more sense to me, just because of vehicles. Like, I think in the long run, what I'm gonna do, like, whenever I'm, like, not traveling as much, I'm going to get a beater car.
Yeah.
Something that I will drive into the dirt.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to get, like, a decent lease to where I have, like, a nice car that I can, I got to go out to Brandon's for the podcast. I know this car is going to make it an hour away.
Yeah.
The beater, it's going to make it from the hotel to work.
Yep. Like
that's it.
Like, for me, I'm just, I do want to get, like, a Ram, because it's mostly at this point just for, like, literally because right now, like, snow's on the ground and shit. So, like, when it does get shitty driving to work, I don't have to question, like, generally I can make it if I want to.
Yeah.
No problem. The trucks have no problem.
Towards a truck too.
But the problem is they're so expensive. But supposedly they're supposed to be doing, I think we kind of talked about it, they're supposed to do a giant drop on the price.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I can get that soon. Because, if that actually happens, I will probably check into trading in this Compass early. Also, the windshield cracked on it.
Oh.
That it literally just popped up out of nowhere on the day after, the January 3rd. I looked over and I saw it just cracked, and I was like, what? Like, nothing hit my windshield, and just looking, it cracked. And I'm like, okay, that sucks. So I have to find my insurance, because the one thing is, like, if you go with the big companies like Progressive, State Farm, all that jazz, they have apps. The one I went with doesn't really have one, so I can't just, like, pull up the app and then find my stuff. So I have to go look for the paperwork real quick to find out what the deductible stuff is.
And honestly, if your deductible is under $500,
yeah, I'm just paying for it anyway.
Yeah, I would say replacing your windshield, $500.
Yeah,
like, because I had that with my Focus.
yeah,
I wound up paying to fix my windshield, and then I flipped it 4 months later.
Yay! Yeah, I basically was just like, all right, fuck, well, I'm gonna go look for that, and then based on what that says, like, I'm either just gonna go to Safelite, just find wherever the closest one is, pop in there, get it done, and then
hell, they'll come to you according to their commercial. Why did I turn southern?
No, 100%. That is true, though. I thought about that because I was like, that could be cool, but also, like, I don't know if I'm sure I'm sure they charge you more for coming to your place than going there.
Well, this was 2015-ish, because it was a few months before I flipped the car, and I'd also just gotten the job at Wyco because I was stuck on crazy hours. The cop had pulled me over for my windshield, so I called Safelite, and they were like, "We can come to you." They came to me while I worked at Wyco, swapped it out. Like, I literally walked out, handed them my keys, and then went back to work.
Honestly, like, to be fair, like, part of me wonders, like, it might be the same thing. I honestly would be shocked if they don't charge you less for going into their place and bringing it to them than going to them.
Yeah, and this was also a decade ago.
Well, and that's my thought, is this was their way of, like, let's just get the business going. Just go to them.
Yeah.
Like, take the loss, get it done. Not take a loss, but take a smaller margin to get the business growing. And now they're like, all right, well, like, again, like you said, like, if it's $500 or whatever, it's probably like $50 extra for them to drive out.
I think it was $270 for mine, but my deductible was $500, so it was like,
yeah. So the last time mine happened, I found out that my deductible was $250, and he would have charged me $250, but I went to someone that was a friend, so they only charged me $200. But I didn't look into what the deductible was until after. And so I found out, like, oh, if he had just charged me the normal amount, they would have covered it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. I got screwed by, like, getting a friend discount because I paid for it out of pocket.
Well, it's also sometimes the insurance place won't cover it. Like, when my found out it was June 12th, because the insurance lady told me what day I filed the claim. So it was 1 month before my birthday.
Nice.
When my car got stabbed, I did the math. It would have taken about a month and a half for my insurance place to get me into a mechanic, get me the necessary parts. And I, at the time, did not have the rental reimbursement, but I had a discounted rate. So it was like $30 a day.
Yeah.
Still.
That's a lot.
A month and a half. So I paid extra, expedited, went to a place that I now trust wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Because we spent like 4 hours on the phone, like calling everywhere we could to find the parts. Yeah. And then we finally found it, and the guy was like, "This is going to cost you $2,000. He's like, "I'm going to give you a huge discount on labor, but I'm showing you the invoice. It is $1,800 to get the parts this week."
That's crazy.
So
that's cool.
He charged me $200 for labor, and I know how shitty it is to replace a radiator.
Yeah.
It should have costed more.
Yeah.
But if I had been paying for the rental for a month and a half,
it would have been exponential.
It would have cost me like almost the same amount.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been able to go to a place that I trusted to do it. Like,
yeah, no, 100%.
I would have had to go where they wanted me to go, and, you know.
Yeah.
The place is getting paid by insurance, so they're going to take even longer to fix it.
Yep. Get charged more, all the jazz.
It is. I'm a contractor.
Yep.
GM pays me by the hour.
And they get paid for all that shit, too.
Yeah. They also told me I'm not allowed to do 10 hours, so.
Boo.
I'm hiding in the cafeteria now.
I actually got asked today if I wanted to stay over. I just realized the blinds are open. That's why it's.
I just realized it is not dark outside.
Yeah.
Normally it's dark.
It is. But no, I got asked if I wanted to stay over today, and I was just like, I gotta record. Otherwise I would have. But maybe next time I was like, hey, I'm just gonna stay over an hour or whatever.
Yeah, honestly, I can find something to do.
We forgot to do this while we went to Home Depot. I forgot to put it on my list. Make keys. We still don't have extra keys. We just have mine and my wife's.
Yeah, I should. I should have spare keys.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna give one to you and give one to my mom.
Yeah, I should ask Chrissy. Not that you guys would need one. But also, I will text you where the spare key is if you ever do have to stop by there.
Yeah, if there's ever a real need, I'm sure she doesn't give a fuck. I mean, like, yeah.
No, there's so many people that have a key to our place.
That's fair, I guess.
When I first moved in there, I'm better friends with Chris now, but I barely knew him at the time, which is ironic because I made out with him at his wedding. That's how I got COVID. But like literally the first, it was within the first month. It was Valentine's Day. Chrissy texted me and was like, "Hey, Deb or Chris is coming over to drop off chocolates," but I was doing dishes. I did not see this text.
Oh.
This tall ass, Chris, this fucking tall ass man, and at the time he had long ass hair, fucking just walked into the house and like walked right in and was like, "These are for Chrissy," and dropped off chocolate. And I was like, okay. Like, I was like, I know that door was locked.
That's so funny because you probably had headphones on and you're like,
yep.
huh.
Oh, I did, and in the right ear too. So I was like, fucking doing dishes, bumping, and then I was like, ha ha.
Oh, dude, that's so good. I was, we were, well, I'm sorry, kind of to wrap up like the whole like car wrap up insurance thing.
I mean, we still got.
We do. Well, I'm not wrapping wrapping the episode. Just that conversation. Part of me is hoping, like, if they do drastically drop the prices on some of these Rams, like, because I heard they might drop them up as much as like 35%.
That's what I was hearing.
So I'm hoping, like, all right, like, if that's what they actually do, I'm gonna go get one, and I am gonna get a lease. Mm-hmm. That way, I can have a decently priced Ram for that long.
Yeah.
And then if I actually do like it, check into the buying price. But like, because that's what my
you get a significant discount.
Yeah.
If you do it that way. Because my first girlfriend, her dad worked for Chrysler. And he did that. That's actually the same thing. He got a Ram. They had it at a huge discounted price. He had a lease, and then.
Well, that's all Bill does.
Yeah.
He's for my entire childhood. Like all Bill does. All my dad does is buy trucks. It's really weird that I can call him Dad here, but every time I'm in person, I just call him Bill.
It takes a while.
I've known him since I was 12, 11.
See, that's why. I was 6.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you're younger, but I will say, still weird.
I need to start saying it.
But I had daddy issues, so any older man was my dad.
That's
also
fair.
On paper, my grandfather was my father. Not by our choice. He wasn't actually my father, but because I lived in the Bible Belt, you had to put somebody down as a father, and they assumed Terry Eady was Tammy Eady's husband. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I just either way. Yeah, my dad's always like, he's literally always had Rams. He's a Mopar guy. And so all he's ever done is he leases them, and then if they're good, he buys them, and then he probably drives them for like 4 or 5 more years after that at max, and then he leases them. He's probably had like 5 or 6 different Rams over the course of 20 years or something. Okay. So like, sells them for a while. He can get good value out of them for trade-ins, all that jazz kind of shit. But like, he only leases them because he again, amongst those 6, he's had 1 or 2 where he didn't like the way they performed. He could tell like something's going to go wrong in this one. He's a master mechanic, so he fucking knows. So he had a couple that also like one that just like had problems. He was like, all right, I'm going to turn this one. And even if it's like this compass, I'm definitely not keeping. It's got weird I don't like the I keep having like Bluetooth issues, connectivity issues, all kinds of weird shit. So I'm like, I'm going to get rid of this thing. I want a little more power also just for driving, because I drive on the highway all the time. Yeah. I mainly want the Ram so I can get a goddamn. When we went to Home Depot, did I even talk about that on here yet?
No.
Oh yeah, went to Home Depot so I can get nails to put that back up.
Yeah. Also, he got a cool mat.
Oh yeah.
That I sent a picture of it to Kai, who I think maybe got back to me. Because we tried to put a mat in his door. It's unimportant. Continue what you were doing.
Either way, we went to Home Depot to grab. I needed salt for the driveway. Like, honestly, once we're done here, I'm probably gonna go outside and shovel and salt the driveway. But I think my wife's home. She is home. We went to get salt, check out paint, because we're going to paint our room finally eventually. I want to do that this year. I also started actively looking at like the sinks and kind of pricing out like the wood, and I glanced at cabinets, but not much at all. But I'm starting to really actually like actively work towards building the bar.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, if I can get the I did find one or two sinks, but and this is what I was kind of starting to tell you before we came upstairs. So when I was looking at the sinks, I started looking at handles, like, because I kind of want the movable bar sink.
Oh yeah,
one for it. Well, I saw this really, really nice one. It was black with like some gold, not gold, but bronze plated like stuff. And I was just like, they didn't have the price on the thing.
Ooh.
Obviously, we were just like, hold on, let's just see what it is. $937
for a sink?
No, not a sink. Not a sink.
Just the fucking faucet.
The faucet. It was
that faucet better suck me off.
It was like those, like a dishwasher sink where you can.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but
like
black
the compartment, like, all right,
moves
I
around, a thicker sting.
I understand that.
Black with the bronze plate. It was the whole main part of it was black, but like the handles and then like accent lines were gold, bronze.
Truthfully, that sink probably cost like
no sink. That was just. It didn't come with
yeah.
anything. Just the faucet. Yeah.
That probably cost like $150 to $200 for materials, and maybe another $100 for putting together.
I mean, to be fair, I
could understand that. Yeah.
I actually don't think that's even the case. I think what it is they just combine them with a different set. They were just like, oh, we make the matte set, we make a bronze set, we make a silver set, put them together and charge more for them.
Yeah,
because it was maybe like a slightly different color bronze than the other bronze ones they had.
I'm telling you, you gotta check out Menards, man.
Oh, I know. This was just glancing. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get that. We're gonna get. They had other ones that were like $100 too. They had a lot different ones, but I just saw that one. I was like, obviously that's the one I would want, but like, how much is it? And I'm like, would. I'm like, I can build the bar out with materials and everything for that. The other part's going to be where I put the sink and stuff might be the more expensive part, because I might actually just get real cabinets. Kinda.
Yeah, that would be better than trying to build them. I've learned I like to build shit.
Yeah.
But after installing that floor, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
No.
That's going to cost so much more money.
Yeah. Man. So like with the sink portion of it, I'm definitely going to build, or not build it. I'm just going to buy a cabinet set, and then I'll build the shelving above it, or put it together and install it and so on. I'll build the bar itself the way I want it, because that is like I do want that little customized and all the shit since I'm putting barrels and all kinds of shit. Obviously, there's no way I'm working it out that way. But I was like, I do need to glance at some of that. But the other thing I realized is I need to. So I have the water, the in and out, or the hot and cold water. I don't have the get rid of.
The drain?
The drain. Jesus Christ. Sorry, yeah. I'm tired.
The
get rid of the drain. I don't have a drain, so that is something I would have to do. But at the very least, like, so I am going to start looking into that, because that is obviously, I need to do that first before I even start building. But while I'm doing that, I am actively making myself get towards building it. But yeah, I feel like I know enough people that are plumbers, or my dad. I'll just ask Dad, like, hey, can I? Because he helped me build the fucking Greg bathroom. So
I was gonna say, I had a buddy who had like it was an outdoor bar that he built, and his sink, he had the same issue. Like, he had the hot and cold hookup because it was like connected to the side of his house, but they never did a drainage system. So what he did was he set up the sink and basically like it was based off of a rain barrel.
Yeah.
So he set it up to where there was a barrel under the sink that would contain like 10 gallons of water, but also it had a it had a drainage system basically that he built that led out to his garden.
Yeah.
So he would use it, and because it was an outdoor bar, it only got used in warmer months.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, I'm going to quickly wash my hands, like, rinse a glass,
Yeah.
Like,
he's not going to do a bartending thing, so like I'm planning.
It was kind of bartending, but not like as extensive, I would say.
Yeah.
And it watered his garden for him. He had it set up with pumps and shit to where he never had to water his garden.
So I just thought about this. So like, I had part I didn't think about just now is that at some point while I was standing down there, like, because if you've been in my basement, there's like where the closet wall kind of cuts off, right? Where looking at where the walkout door is, how there's that, like, my bar walkout door
to the outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then that little closet bathroom area on the left over there that kind of comes out. Well, I'm gonna build that bar in that corner. Well, if I just cut that wall off, I could make
there is drainage there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just have to extend it to that, but also
you might actually be able to access the pipes.
Well, so my thought, finishing the thought. One, I could cut that wall off and just close the basement off and make it like a secret speakeasy bar.
Hell yeah.
But then, and obviously we just leave it open constantly when we need to take Penny out and all that jazz. But for the sake of like when we have a party, I think it'd be kind of cool. Well, it'd be cool, and we'll just take her out like upstairs or something. Yeah. But I was just like, that'd be a sick idea to do. But also, so like, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, you probably haven't gone outside my house this much, but like,
I do not remember what your backyard looks like. I don't remember what your deck looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna have a real barbecue this summer and have you over there
twice.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, so.
And one of those times I lived here.
You're right. No, okay. So the one side of our deck, like, or the one side of our house is built on a hill. Yeah. So like the backyard, that's why it's a walkout.
You understand? But that's how my parents' house is built. The exact same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
old house.
Yeah.
Current.
So we have. That's what it is. It's like, well, this portion where the bar is going to be built at is where like the hill kind of is. Mm-hmm. So I thought it'd be funny if I built like a secret like pantry where I hide a bunch of like shit that like it's just I just have to crawl into it like it's because it's hidden into the hill.
Ooh, yeah.
If I just dig it out.
Yeah. It's doable.
But also I'm not rich and I can't afford that kind of project.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to be working a lot. And I got nothing to spend money on.
Yeah, but I don't think building me a pantry for my bar is worth... Because that's going to cost... One, we have to dig it out.
Get me a shovel. Call me Stanley Yelnats. You can be Zero. No, I'll be Zero because I knew how to dig holes. You teach me how to read.
Sorry, I just had that
UB0.
camera on me the whole time. No, I honestly, the way I'm looking at it is like, I would, honestly, you'd probably just dig into the ground, cut it, place it in there, and then recover it and grass it up. But like,
dig in, build some structures.
Yeah.
To where it doesn't collapse on you.
Yeah.
I already see it in my head.
But it would be
I'm from
fun.
Kansas, man. Storm shelter, but turned into a bar. I got you.
Yeah, it would be. Honestly, like, yeah, this is like, well, honestly, if I win the lottery, I'm just gonna build a house. But like, that would like, I'm like, oh, that'd be so fun to like, basically like, we were talking about like, we're having those like, because when we first moved in here, we were like, if we get to the point of like kids and all that jazz, we'll, once they're like actually going to school, we'll decide if we want to stay here or if we want to move, depending like how things are going and so on. And then well, I was like, that's where a lot of like this thinking the speakeasy thing came to, because it was like, well, if we stay here, I can like really fuck with some shit here. And that's when I was like, well. And then I was like, speakeasy, build a whole wall that cuts off the door to my basement. Walk out.
We were I played the one shot on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which I wish we had talked about that. My character, I finally did it. I played the Finniverse.
Yeah.
I did Oops All Finnas. Like, I straight up played a character that was all of my characters.
Yes.
It was amazing. But that's neither here nor there. What I was going to say is, before we started playing, me and Clarissa, which I don't know if you've met her, she and I were talking about like cool hideaway
Sounds familiar.
Things. You might have met her.
I don't think so, but
she knows Chrissy, which is weird. Chrissy went
maybe.
to her wedding. So maybe. But anyways, we were talking about like cool hidden things. And then Teresa was like, oh my God, like the Buffalo House? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, like the Buffalo House. And I started talking about the hidden fucking door and blah, blah, blah. And Clarissa was like, that's badass. And Teresa was like, yeah, like we hid in there one time. It was amazing. And she's like, I can't believe you guys had a hidden room. And I was like, we had a hidden house. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, you go into that room, there was a hidden closet. Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, I remember that. And I was like, but also, you go up to the wall opposite of the closet, and you knock and pull on it, it opens. And it leads into a house that's above the garage. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, let me pull up photos of this shit. Like, I can show you. Like, so I pulled up photos of the house, and everyone's like, you lived there? And I was like, yeah. I peaked. I'm like, I will never live anywhere that cool again. I was like, whenever I buy a house, my goal is to like get into the house, pay some contractors to come in, redo the electrical, tear the walls down, redo the insulation, redo the fucking walls. And then I want to work for 2 solid years, take a month off, go in and just build secret rooms.
Yeah, I honestly, like, again, that's, to be fair, like, if I win the lottery, that would be something I do. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I would buy it. Okay, that's a lie. I would buy it, and then you would. I would buy it. You would end up living in it. We remodel it and clean it up.
Yeah, we would.
But I would also build the craziest I would build a house that has all the secret dumb shit in it. Yeah, and that would be my like. I don't care. I am being done with my money that I've gotten lucky to win, on top of like essentially giving away at least half of whatever I make. Essentially, we've talked about this, but yeah, I was like, dude, that'd be so sick. Yeah. Also, fixing. The more I keep thinking about it, the more it's gonna end up happening in the next couple of years. I'm going to fix that shower in our master bedroom.
Dude, that shower sucks.
My small one in my bedroom.
It sucks. I used it on your bachelor party.
I forgot about that because I sent you in there, and then I realized what's in there, and I laughed, and I was like, "Well, oh no, actually, no, that's the reason I sent you in there, and not my brother."
Yeah. No, I remember because I was in there, I was taking a shower, and Chloe had texted me about something, and we had been drinking a little bit. I didn't. I told her what was in there, but I went in there, was starting to take my shower, but was getting undressed, and Chloe texted me, and I looked down at my phone and was like, looked up at the mirror, saw what was behind me, and I was like, good job, Brandon. That's what I texted Chloe, and she was like, what's going on? And I was like, Brandon's bachelor party. She's like, why'd you say good job, Brandon? Because he's getting married. And I was like, yeah, but also there's something cool in his bathroom. Good job, Brandon.
Yeah. That was Christmas gift.
Yeah, good job.
But yeah, I forgot about that one time, and I was like, oh shit, that happened. But no. So yeah, I essentially, based off the one time you were in there,
dude, that shower sucked.
I wanna move.
Was mad.
I know, I know, but you obviously understood exactly once you were like, oh, immediately you're like, oh.
I was like, why didn't I use my bathroom?
And then yeah, you were like, oh, that's why. Yeah, I didn't feel like taking that down because I've had to do that once. I forgot. Yeah, but no, essentially I want to bump that shower up to the windowsill there and then cut it on an angle.
Okay.
Just so I at least have room to like move my legs. Yeah. And that's it. Like not really moving the shower, changing the handle, all that stuff, tiling it up, but I want to extend it a little more.
I was going to say, if you want a quick fix, get a new shower head, pull the regulator out because your water pressure in there sucked. It might have been because all of us were fucking showering and pooping and but it sucked.
Oh, it definitely gets as soon as someone turns water on. Like I think part of it is like the water thing is in the basement. Yeah, and this is on the second.
There is also every single shower head has a regulator.
Yeah. Well, that's also, we want to get a better shower head. We literally, when we were walking around Home Depot looking at sinks, we saw shower heads.
I'll send you the one we have.
Yeah.
Chrissy doesn't watch this anymore. Maybe she might now. It has a pulsating shower wand thing.
Yeah.
Really great for ladies.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to know if it's being used for that. It's great for my hair.
To be fair, I feel like that's just what you do when you are too broke or young to afford getting your own shit. But no, it was
$69 for
well, I want to. I want to get the shower head that I had at my old house. It was made to design ultra pressure and ultra filtration, and I was like, yo, that was the shit. But
I liked that one. I think you would like the one I have.
Yeah.
Because the shower head is very similar to the one you had.
Yeah.
But then you have the removable wand.
Yeah.
Which.
Yeah, helps.
No, I was going to say it's really nice when you're washing your hair, but it is also really nice when you're washing your beard.
I mean, to be fair, like, we already found, like, we already know, like, we kind of want one that, like, actually reigns over type.
Yeah.
Ish, maybe. I don't know. I want the angle. I don't know. We haven't figured it out, but we want to upgrade eventually.
I like both, but I do like the shower head. Because the one that you can pull and move around.
Yeah.
Because I'm sore all the time.
Yeah.
So being able to, like, get the undercarriage without having to be like, and like, spread the cheeks and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. I hope you're washing your ass well.
Oh, I do. To be fair, I just fucking like.
just fucking pressure washing it.
Yeah. Fucking suds the shit out of my hand.
Yeah.
And then same thing. Like I rinse twice, and then you're good.
Pulsating fucking removable wand that you can move around. And I'm like underneath.
Bidet.
Dude,
yeah,
it's nice.
It's the ultra bidet.
Feels great on your balls. You should shower at my house one day and see if you like it.
I mean, to be fair, I'm just like, the more I'm just like, I just keep thinking about it because I did do my bathroom the one time. I like kind of want to do it, but I also don't feel like. I feel like if I end up doing that, I'm gonna have to fix all of the floor.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And so I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. But give it a year or two, it's gonna happen because
maybe because in a year or two, that's when I'm buying a house, and I might be asking for help.
Fair.
I feel like you're the person I'm gonna ask for help and then owe you a favor.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also coming for the rest of you. All of you that have asked me to do handyman work, you know, come over, install a toilet, install a fence, tear down walls, install a floor. I'm cashing in.
So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We love you guys. And we hope you guys have a good week, have a good day, had a good weekend. Hope everything goes great, and be nice to those that deserve it,
and fight those that don't.
Love you guys. Bye.